Oh, I did a post about this the other
philosophy,
day, and I asked a bunch of people on Facebook, and I put it like a trivia question. I think everybody played in it. It's still getting actual hits, actually, this post. And I said the successful people work first on this particular thing. And a lot of people said mindset. And I'm like, yeah, but that's too generalized. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be specific. And the real answer is philosophy. Right? You got to have the right philosophy. And I saw a bunch of people like posting different stuff, but philosophy is the foundation, right? It's the foundation of these elements that are all part of your life. And we break those elements down to like 5 principles, like 5 keys, right? 5 categories, right? And it's determined by the way we think, right? Our thoughts, our ideas, the information that we're gathering, from our environment.
I always
say
that it's always external what affects you. It's not really
the environment.
Yeah, it's not coming from you.
Right.
You're just adopting those philosophies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your philosophy is influenced, it's influenced by people who you surround yourself with, by the people that you associate with, by the people you listen to and you get your message from. And we know that a lot of people in this country are getting the wrong philosophy.
Absolutely.
They're getting the wrong philosophy right now. A lot of people are just kind of like, I don't know, man. I'm like, where do you get this shit from?
I know. Right?
What books are you reading? I mean, good grief. But these influence our behavior and habits, right? And then you start seeing this happen. And from this point, everything takes a specific direction, right? It either goes straight or it goes, irregular, right? So it's either straight and narrow or you go totally opposite. And our philosophy is the result of our knowledge, right? What we're learning, how the process. We always talk about the process.
What up, Adam?
We talk about the process. Hey, Adam. And we talk about the process and how, literally it's like a baggage that we carry. We carry this baggage, and it's during our life that we go through this particular journey. We carry this baggage with us. And that baggage can be really, really heavy if it's the wrong philosophy.
Yes.
Okay. So if you find yourself right now, we talk to you like this because we're entrepreneurs. So I assume everybody here is an entrepreneur, unless you're aspiring to become one. You need to talk to us. Yes. But entrepreneurs need to understand that you have to have the right philosophy. Otherwise, you have the wrong philosophy, then you'll wonder why things are not working out the way you want them to work out in your life, right? It's so important that before you decide to change course or change the direction, choose something, but understand you're going to be coming across this point in your life known as the crossroads. Okay, there's a crossroads, right? Remember that movie we watched? Remember that movie, Rich? It was called Crossroads, right? With the devil and
it was,
the guy who was that? Who was that?
Ralph Macchio.
Ralph Macchio from the Karate Kid, right?
And Steve Vai.
And Steve Vai, right? Yeah. And he was playing the guitar, right? And then he came to a crossroads because he wanted to be successful, but he was willing to sell his soul to the devil.
Yeah, he was willing to sell his soul.
Oh, right.
Take the shortcut.
See, a lot of people are actually like that right now. Yeah. They're like, man, I want this real bad, and I'm willing to give up everything, including my soul. Yeah. Right? But you know what? I'm telling you right now, you're not going to have things as quick. You got to learn to be patient.
And not only that, but I do want to chime in here.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that's been going on.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
No.
It really isn't.
It really isn't.
Yeah. The philosophies that you've learned over the past, is it really your fault? I mean, did you really have a choice to be born into that philosophy? No, you didn't. No. Right? So when we have to learn new philosophy, we have to purposely work on what we want to learn. We have to force our minds to learn new philosophy because it's easy to accept old philosophy because our subconscious mind already understands it. It accepts it. So it's easy to just approve it when it goes in, right?
But here's the effed up part about all of this, okay? It's when it happens, it comes at the coming of age, right? The maturity stage where you're like aware. You don't hear this shit when you're like 12 years old. You know what I mean? Like,
no, you don't. No, you don't.
You don't hear this shit when you're like 12 years old and I'm like, hey, mom and dad, I want a new philosophy. No, it doesn't work like that. It actually works when there's a point in your life, you're in this crossroads and you're on a journey, and then you come to a point of awareness. Yeah. And then you're like, you know what? There's a lot of stuff that's happening in my life and I got to know why. And then you start reading books and then these authors start figuring it out for you. Right. And they start telling you, you got a messed up philosophy.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is, I mean, you look at like, politicians, wealthy people.
Yes.
What happens? Why is it that their kids grow up and they're also wealthy and they follow suit, right?
Right.
It's because they don't go to the same schools as you've gone to, and also your kids have gone to. Okay. And you really have to think about that. And this is what really gets me is like they will instill philosophy in your mind and tell you, hey, public school this, public school that. But the reality is they don't send their kids to actual public schools.
Right.
So this is why I always have that, my own philosophy I've learned right through the greats. Don't listen to what people say, watch what they do.
Oh, that is so spot on. Pow, dude. Boom. Pow.